Good afternoon. It's Beth and Jason with this week's bulletin. We have so much exciting news to tell you today and to tell you some things to look in for next week, watch us for next week. So let's just get started. We have lots of news.
So this past Sunday, we had a great time in worship celebrating the Lord's Supper together. Pastor Chris preached a phenomenal message on the Passover. It was just a special, sweet time.
It was.
We saw some friends that hadn't been here in a while.
Yes.
And that was great. Our attendance is trending up.
Yes, people. Some people that have started coming back wanted to see the gym before they came in, so that have their comfort level was better. So if you're considering coming back and you want to see how the gym is laid out, just come by one day during office hours, and that way, if that would make you feel better, then you just come on and come. That would be great. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I'd love to show you around what's going on, but it's exciting to see our numbers trending upward.
It is totally, yes, all those seats filling up. Okay, first thing, our new Sunday night schedule starts next, like in 10 days or whatever. Yes, so the first thing will be March the 7th, and you will notice it says prayer gathering. Now, Jason and I want to make sure that you understand this is not the same thing that we used to call a prayer meeting. It's going to be very different. So, Jason, why don't you start us with some things that was going to be different?
Used to, we'd all get a prayer sheet. We're still going to do the prayer sheets and all of that, but we're not going to specifically go over the prayer sheets.
Right. You'll take those home with you to pray.
Yes. And what our prayer times are going to be focused prayer times, where whatever event that we've got coming up or whatever need that Pastor Chris, God has laid on his heart, we will have different types of prayer, but it will be a different prayer service than we are used to.
Correct.
But it'll be a great time of worship together through prayer. We'll sing a few songs.
Are we going to sing a few songs? Good.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it's going to be a smaller worship service, but prayer will be the primary focus.
There will not be a sermon. Some weeks we may pray in small groups. Some weeks we may pray together. And some weeks we may have someone lead us and they would pray out loud and we would pray to ourselves. But we're going to be praying for maybe events or for things coming up in the life of our church, not specifically for people individually. And because of that, we can broadcast it.
Yes. So you'll be able to tune in on Sunday nights and pray along with us during these guided times of prayer.
Right.
And, prayer is something, we know the importance of it, but sometimes I think we forget in worship that prayer is an element and a very important element of worship.
Right.
And so as we get back on these Sunday nights, prayer is going to be the focus of what we're going to do. And that'll be the first and the third Sunday.
So if you did not come to the old back in the day prayer meeting, give this a try. Even if you did come back in the day, this is just going to be new and kind of refreshing and exciting. So we look forward to seeing lots of you on the 7th at 6 o'clock. Yes. And then business meeting on the 14th will not be broadcast.
No, because that's in-house stuff. And the stuff that you got to talk about in business meeting is just, it's family business. And so we won't be broadcasting that.
That's right.
And the agenda will be printed up on Sunday, March the 7th, so you can take it home. And if you have any questions, you can ask those questions that week. So when we come back for business meeting, everybody will be ready to go. Right. And this will be our first business meeting in a year.
Yes.
So this will be
we'll see what happens.
A lot of fun. And then on the 4th Sunday of the month, be our community outreach or some community focused time on that night.
And those will also vary. Sometimes they'll be going out into the community. Sometimes we'll do things here in the building. So we're just looking forward to this. So you show up on the 7th and we'll learn as we go. By April, we'll have it down. So we'll just get through March and we'll have it.
And this is exciting too, because little by little, we are getting back to normal things that we are accustomed to. We've had a baptism, we've done the Lord's Supper, our numbers are going back, we've got Sunday school going, now we've added Sunday night stuff back. So little by little, it's starting to feel.
We are getting there. Okay, here's our next exciting slide.
Now, speaking of Easter.
Yes, it's time for the Annie Armstrong Easter offering. Now, to give you some context, at Christmas when we did Lottie Moon, the Lottie Moon Christmas offering was for international missions. So basically everywhere but North America. Okay. Then in Easter, we celebrate the life of Annie Armstrong, and we have the Annie Armstrong Easter offering, and this offering supports missionaries in North America. So our goal this year is $17,000.
Now that sounds, how did we arrive at 17?
How did we arrive at that? We have a method. So Jason, why don't you start us with the method?
So we've been talking about, because when we did the Lottie Moon Christmas offering, our goal was
36, maybe 38, 37.
It was
I don't
to
know,
support a
30.
missionary family for a half a
31.
year. 31,000.
31,000 was our goal. Yes.
So that's how we arrived at that number. Well, we started investigating, and Beth looked up last night. There's a great little tool on their website that kind of lists out where your money goes. And so we looked down through the list, and the reason we arrived at $17,000 was for these churches to rent space. Now renting space, it's not like a building payment. This is like if they're renting in a movie theater or a storefront.
Or an abandoned church that someone else doesn't use. So
or school.
Yes,
or
the average rent that a church plant pays in North America is $1,400 a month. So we multiplied 14 times 12 because that would get rent for a year, and it comes out like $16,800. Well, Jason and I don't like those.
No, we don't
numbers. So we just added $200, and so our goal is now $17,000. And what that tells us is that we would collect enough money to pay rent for one church plant for the next year. So that's a tangible way we can look at it. I think that's great. We've worked with some church plants on the youth mission trip, and it takes a long time. So they need a full year even just to get started. So by paying their rent for a year, we'll give them a location and an address. It's important that they have an address so they know where to tell people to come. And so this will get them started in a location for a year. So we're going to go with 17,000. And
y'all did a great job last year. I think over $15,000.
Yes, we can do this. It's just $1,500 or so more than we did last year. So
this is exciting too because it's a tangible. We wanted to connect it with, instead of just give money to this offering, this money, we wanted to show you where this money was going. So there's a tangible reason why we didn't randomly come up with this number.
No, it will help us know where our money goes.
And there'll be videos. We'll share them like we did with the Christmas stuff. There'll be videos during worship. There'll be videos online. And so start thinking about your Annie Armstrong offering and what God would have you give toward this offering.
The slide you're seeing is the Annie Armstrong logo for this year. Pastor Jason, do you see what they're baptizing in?
They're baptizing in a horse trough.
Just like Parkland. So we have a special connection with these church plants this year. So, all right, Jason, here it comes.
Speaking of Easter, we got lots of stuff to say about Easter. So let's start first with the Easter musical.
Right.
This is a fun. There's 4 songs in this. It's a unison 2-part musical. We are going to rehearse on Sundays and Wednesdays in March. We'll record it and then premiere it Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday night at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
It's a really fun, all the songs that are in it. So if you have been in the choir, if you have thought about being in the choir or might be interested in joining, please be a part of this. If you're in the choir, I will be sending out an email with the rehearsal schedules. But if you'd like more information about this or come by and get a demo CD to take home and start listening and practicing, they're available during office hours or see me on Sunday morning. And we've got some exciting stuff about Holy Week because if y'all remember last year, Holy Week, it was sad because all the stuff we connect with Easter.
We didn't even get to worship together on Easter Sunday, so it was sad last year.
And so this year, Pastor Chris, we were talking in the office, and he's like, "Let's do Easter." And Easter's of the church holidays, Easter's my favorite. I said, "Whatever we want to do for Easter, let's do it."
We're doing Easter big this year, guys.
I mean, we're talking the whole week. We've got stuff planned, big stuff. So this is a little teaser.
Right.
We'll have some more formalized plans for y'all next week.
Right. Tune in next week. You'll give you updates on Easter week services, the egg hunt. The egg hunt's back, and so we'll have. So tune in next week for that.
Yeah, and I'm excited because Easter's. We didn't get to do Easter last year. We're going to do Easter this year.
Yes. All right. Now, Jason seems a little embarrassed to talk to you about Diaper Day. It's not. So here's what Diaper Day is. Another new thing. In the past 100 years, if you remember, when families in our church have had babies, we were able to give them a shower. And a lot of times these were sponsored by their Sunday school class or the choir, you know, whatever group they ministered in. And so we had these fairly nice showers. Well, now, excuse me, because of COVID, we can't do that. And so we still want these families to know that we love them and that we care about them. So every time we are aware that a family is having a baby, that's Parkland people, we're going to have Diaper Day. And on Diaper Day, we will give you instructions on the Sunday. It'll be a Sunday, one Sunday per family. We'll give you instructions. So many people will bring diapers, like part of the alphabet, and so many people will bring wipes. And we'll just shower these couples with diapers and wipes. And so that we can pray for them and visualize them at the end of the service on that Sunday, we're going to ask them to come forward and we're going to have prayer for them and their new baby. So I think this is just the coolest idea. It still helps the family. It lets everybody, whether you're in their group or not, help them. And then when we pray for them, that gives us kind of a personal connection. We get to see what they look like. We know if they have other children already. And so we're just super excited to start Diaper Day.
And it'll help when we do the child dedication too.
Yes.
That we know that we've been praying for this family, and now when the child comes, it'll be a nice culmination to the celebration.
Correct. Okay. What else? Are we good?
Well, we got lots. Now, next week's going to be important because we've got lots of details for next week because we start a new month next week and everything. So please be aware of next week that it'll be an important WPBC.
Yes, we'll try to have some slides with like details on them. So as we talk, you can read because we got lots coming up next week.
Yeah, and it's exciting. I mean, for so long it was like, what are we going to do? And so now we get to do it.
Yes.
And it's like we go from like having very little to
here we come.
We're back
in March.
in the swing of
That's right. Here we come in March. Okay. Well, so as we leave you today,
remember,
keep Jesus first in your life and
wear
your mask. Well, get it on right, Beth. Wear your mask. Bye.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yes.